I had a very interesting law school career, I think. I started out as a full-time student, so I ended up getting a job working in the mayor's office and then going part-time for the next 2.5 years. I think that experience is what really helped me in my legal career and really helped me decide kind of what I wanted to do going forward. So I thought it was very helpful, and I think that's one of the things that our law school has that other law schools don't have, is the ability to intern and to get real life experience while you're still in law school.
I applied to different law schools across the country, including McKinney. McKinney just made sense. It made sense to stay near my family and my friends located in Indiana, and for the quality of education I knew I would receive at McKinney, it became obvious that this was the place to be for the value of the education.
I was a working guy. I had a family, kids. At the time I entered law school, my wife and I lived here for several years. I graduated from Indiana University in Bloomington. So I had a job and I was working. This was something I always wanted to do, is practice law. It was a godsend, it was a blessing, right here at my back door.
The primary reason for attending McKinney was because I came to a legal education rather late. I did not come immediately after undergrad. The law school here in Indianapolis had an evening program, and since I had a family at the time, I needed to work and make a living to support my family. And the evening program perfectly suited my desire to get a law degree, but also take care of my family at the same time.
I had great professors. Professor Bebko taught me UCC.
Larry Jagan, very renowned professor here at the law school, and people looked forward to taking his class, and I did as well.
After a number of years of being out of law school, I had gained some measure of success in the legal field practicing law. It occurred to me that one way to really be thankful for the success I'd earned was to give back to the law school, to give back to the place where I learned to do what I was doing.
We've always felt that if you live in a community, you should try to do as much as you can to contribute to that community. Being able to go to law school, I thought I could be an asset not only for my family, but for those that I knew and needed help.
I think the issue of cost of going to law school these days is an important issue, and I wanted to make sure that people would have an opportunity to go to school like I did. I've got a lot of experience with a lot of organizations in the city doing fundraising and capital campaigns, and so I see my role as continuing that and calling on people that I went to law school with and others to do their fair share and to contribute to the law school because of what it's done for them.
What inspired me to give back to the law school? I think it came out of a sense of gratitude for how transformative the legal education was for me, how much it changed my life, the opportunity to help people. You're able to really make a difference in people's lives, and that's always been important to me.
I think the education itself is of the utmost importance.
Courses that we offer here are unique and urban-based in many cases, and I think that makes us stand out. I think there's a real role for urban law schools in the United States, and I think McKinney fills that role very, very well, and so I'm very proud of that.
McKinney program that was most beneficial to me was the trial advocacy or trial practice program, and it allowed me an opportunity to work with clients through Indiana Legal Services and to get an actual experience of what it was like to go to court, and so it was very beneficial, especially considering the work that I've done after law school.
I think you have to get to the students young. I enjoyed going to high schools and speaking with them. I could tell that when we would visit high schools, it made a difference in their lives. And we would allow them to ask questions and so forth, and it would pique their interest. And I think that's a sort of a segue into them becoming lawyers or maybe considering
IU McKinney contributes to the broader legal community, especially in Indianapolis, and I knew that at the time I was a student. I work frequently with graduates of the law school. I know that when I'm working with a graduate of this law school, I can guarantee what kind of person I'm going to be working with. It's going to be a person who's well educated, but who also has practical experience and can have a conversation with you.
I guess my advice for current law students is to find an area that they really enjoy. Being a lawyer can be very rewarding, and I think that they ought to understand that, and they ought to go out to develop their career with the thought of helping others.
Try to match or marry your natural inclinations as a person with the many, many opportunities there are to practice law.
Forge relationships, talk to people, talk to your professors, talk to your staff.
Having a good reputation is paramount to having a lasting career. Don't take the shortcut. Represent your client to the best of your ability. Be open with your client. Your word should be your bond.
Simply, my law degree has given me a career.